Well, you are eager to know something about Marion Brunet, I suppose. She is an uncompromising author who has received multiple awards. Her body of works is rich and multifaceted and in many ways boundary crossing. She moves freely among different genres, from dystopia and thrillers to stories with element of fantasy and adventure. Her novel often describes young people in life-changing situations or crises where everything comes to a head. Frequent themes in her books are social, vulnerability, violence, and the anxiety about the future that affects young people most of all. Interleaved into her text, we also find fight against prejudices and the desire for change. Marion Brunet's first novel, called Francine, Sister, was published in 2013. It's a story about a brother and a sister growing up with two mothers who became parents with the help of IVF. Francine sheds light on a homophobia that primarily impacts the daughter in the family. Brunet has since published some 15 books. She writes novels both for adults and for adolescents, and she has also published some books for younger readers. Nearly all her books feature dramatic scenes that can be challenging enough to take our breath away. That is true, for example, with Des Rires de Hyène, The Hyena's Laugh, a novel about Julien, a new high school teacher meeting his students at the start of the fall term. Julien is excited and eager to share his love of literature with the pupils. But things do not turn out the way he thought. One of the students starts a systematic campaign to bully him, and the brutal ending of the story is open to multiple interpretations. Plein Gris, Solid Grey, is another book which has drawn particular interest in France. This novel for young adults is a claustrophobic story about a handful of young people on a sailing tour from Brittany to Ireland. Water, the sea, and the raging elements are important ingredients of this story. And the very first sentences drop the reader directly into the middle of the disaster. I will also mention Brunet's impressive Ilos trilogy. It's a work of dystopia. It takes place in the year of 2052, when the climate crisis has peaked. The story begins in Marseille, where 8 tsunamis and the ever-rising sea levels have buried parts of the city. At the center of the action are Nolan and her brother, and they go diving in the flooded luxury homes, searching for valuable things they can sell in order to survive in an inequitable and basically lawless society. In a law, as often with Brunet, it's a group of young people who lead the fight against social injustice. And they develop a spirit of solidarity and of unity that, in spite of everything, gives some hope for the future. And to sum up, Marion Brunet often uses history as a background in her writing, and her books stand in a natural dialogue with the French adventure novel. At the same time, her work bears strongly on the present day. She is timely in her choice of topics, timeless in her relation to folklore and myth.